Welcome, horse racing fans, to episode 8 of Keats Cash Plays, where we try to find value play horses, hopefully at a price of 5 to 1 or higher come post time. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Trust the Profits. All the support is greatly appreciated. And as you guys know, probably by now, my name is Keith, and you can find me at the handle Each Every Stride on X Twitter. So I have some stats for you guys. This is actually episode 8 now, so we have 7 weeks in the book. It's been quite the experience, really trying to find and create that value. Really horses that could stand out, and something that I've seen in the PPs that they've run well in the past, certain surfaces and certain trainer angles. So trying to bring that back to really the horse, hopefully to come back into form and at a price for us. And as you see, the start of week 8, we have the in the money results are in, and we actually had a nice bump up a few percentage points in the trifecta. So we have 11 horses out of 32 horses have actually hit the trifecta at least. So that's a nice 34% clip there. So I'm actually satisfied with that. You got to remember these are the price horses. A lot of them are going off double digits, come post time. And some other thoughts and brainstorms that I've had is, these horses are actually getting bet down. I'm not saying I'm moving the needle or anything, but, these horses, horse players are very savvy. They can, find these horses that actually may have, larger morning lines and such. So we've really seen that, come post time. We've had 2 winners have been bet down as the favorite since the show has started. And total percentage, as I mentioned, is going up since week 5. So we've seen a slight increase. Had a couple horses, at Laurel that placed. I had a 3rd place finisher and a winner. And then really one of my main criteria of the show is I'm trying to find races where I feel there is a vulnerable favorite and to try to form a strong opinion on a price in that race. That could be an opportunity to really find that value and hopefully cash in on some of these cash plays. Great, guys. So today we're actually going to be heading to Santa Anita Park, the great race place for the new year. Really interested. They have a nice stakes card. And as I said, they have the San Vicente stakes for 3-year-olds later on. That's going to be for race 8. I'm actually going to be looking at a few other races here. Some other horses that I feel could present value come post time. So I pull this up here. So we got Saturday. It looks like, yep, Saturday, January 6th. Hard to believe we're in 2024 now, but here we are. And, we're looking at this card here. I saw a few horses that I really felt pretty strong about at a value price. So I'm actually going to pull this up here for you. All right, we're going to go actually to race 1, so it makes it pretty easy there. We got 1 mile on the turf, so a lot of turf racing this day on Saturday at Santa Anita, so back in full swing now. I'm going to actually pull up a horse here that I was very intrigued by. This is going to be, as I scroll down here, we got, yep, it's going to be number 8 in her prime, a second-time starter. And this filly debuted in November at Del Mar and was a step slow, was from the 5 post out of a 6-horse field. And then this horse actually ended up, as you see here, gonna look at this PPs a little further for you, is that this horse ended up widest of all and made a nice middle move on debut. I like these horses that actually could, show me a move, show me something in her debut that actually can make me hopefully go back as a better and see that as a trip. Now this horse, as I look here, was actually ended up going wide, and you have the jockey Umberto Rispoli was aboard that day in the debut, and then it looks like Rispoli's going to be aboard again. So that was another angle that I like. There is one of the top jockeys staying aboard. A young horse like this. And this is a horse for Carla Gaines, who trains this filly. And I like the angle of the jockey staying aboard. And Carla Gaines is hitting at a 15% clip with second time starting maidens. So I like that percentage there. That's a nice percentage. As I look a little bit further here at the PPs, let's look and see what we have here. Now we do have a very nice work tab leading up to this. So I like these horses that can get a little bit of refreshing. And it looks like, yeah, we debuted at Del Mar in November. And now here we are for the new year. I really like the consistent works leading up to this race. This is, we have a second start. Now we have 5 furlong workouts on, November 9th and then the 16th, and then comes back with 2 4 furlong workouts. So very consistent. I just thought that that was a nice training pattern there. And then with the percentage with the Carla Gaines and then the, one of the top jockeys in California, I thought this horse actually had a look. And as you see here, the morning lines actually just came out. So look at that. So we actually have 6-1. So we were talking about this. We're trying to get 5-1 or higher. So very good. So a 6-1 morning line. Hopefully I can get somewhere around that price, come post time. I just thought this horse actually had a live look in her prime. So I'm looking at in her prime, number 8, race 1, Saturday at Santa Anita. All right, I'm going to go to my next horse. Now, I actually had another horse in mind, opened up the PPs today. This has probably happened to you before. And then the horse actually scratched. So, it must have been some issue with, we don't know. But, one of the horses I liked actually in race 5 scratched. So we're going to, pass on that race. And I wanted to bring this point up to you guys is that I actually did not replace that horse. It was actually McVeigh was the name of the horse, the one horse in race 5. I didn't replace that horse. I looked through this card and it's one of the examples is you don't have to force it. It's something that I had 3 horses in mind and I looked over the card today and I just said, you know what, I'm going to stick to the 2 horses that I feel strongest about. So that was race 1 for In Her Prime. And then I'm going to race 9. So we're going to do a bookend here. We're going to go the front and the back. I'm going to go to another turf race here. This is going to be 1 mile and 1/8 at Santa Anita, race 9. And let's take a look. This is for optional claimers, $50K and a nice purse of $67,000. All right, I'm going to pull up a horse here that I've actually heard this horse's name before. Now, there's a lot of talented runners in this race. I'm going to explain why I like Maltese Falcon, the 7. So this is going to be race 9. Now, this horse, if you look back at some of these PPs, this horse actually has, I know this is a phrase on horse racing Twitter that kind of gets a little backlash, but this horse actually has a lot of back class, more than a lot of the horses in the field. You got the Twilight Derby, Grade 2, running in November. And then you have the Del Mar Derby. I see a lot of Grade 2 and Grade 3 races here from Maltese Falcon. Thought that class alone kind of stood out a little bit. And now you get an 8-1 morning line, which I like to see. When I handicapped these horses originally, I didn't have the morning line. So I like that morning line. And I'll give you some points I really like about Maltese Falcon, the Irish horse here. All right, so let's look at that a little bit further for you. Now, I mentioned the resume with the graded stakes tries. Now, this is for Leonard Powell, who trains, and he's a good turf trainer. Now, this horse hasn't fired in quite some time. I would say, let's look a little bit further here for you. Yeah, we got it here. Now, we got, the last couple of tries was a 4th place, 11th place, and 8th place. But I really thought I saw an excuse in the last race. Now, this horse was a step slow and just ended up wide. Never really got involved. Now, this horse is actually a closer to begin with. So if you're a step slow and just wasn't a factor in that race on December 23rd at Del Mar. Now, I do see the 3 horse here in this race. We're going to pull up. Yeah, Mark's Hip is going to go for the lead. And then we got Irish Prophet is going to show some speed too. And then I think that this 6 is going to also show some big speed. So we actually have a pace scenario for Maltese Falcon that I like here. And those horses that I just pointed out are going to be forwardly placed, could set a nice tempo up front. And a nice, hopefully, Baltese Falcon can get out of the gate a little bit cleaner and just have a nice trip here. Now, you do get Joel Rosario aboard now. So you get one of the top jockeys in the country. Obviously, he's in town for, big stakes racing. You have the San Vicente earlier in the card, race 8, just the previous race. But I really think that this horse, can fire a big one come post time. Let's look. Now, we actually have this workout here as I look a little bit further for you. Now, look at this workout, 2 out of 101 horses. And this was very recently. So, I mean, you got to love that. I mean, that's a huge horse sample size there that, Maltese Falcon, who's, he's been through a lot of battles here. So this is something that this horse could really be, running, going back into form here. And I love that. I love that workout there. I just think you pick up one of the top jockeys. You get Leonard Powell, who's 16% off of a similar layoff of 31 days to 60-day span. So I like that 16%. And he's a good turf trainer, as I said before. He's hitting at 14% on the turf. And I like the pace scenario, and I like the graded stakes tries in the past. This horse is a big player come post time, and a nice 8-1 morning line. I really like that one. And just a review here for you guys. I know we're keeping it simple. I have 2 horses for you this episode. So as we just said, got Inner Prime Race 1 and Race 9 Maltese Falcon. I had another horse scratched, but I looked over the card, really didn't see another horse that really stood out. So gonna stick with these 2. We're firing at a nice percentage at 34%. So, we're gonna keep the train moving here. And, I'm hoping next week I'm gonna bring on a guest. I'm gonna bring on some other stats for you. We're growing the show. It's something that really enjoyed this experience. And it's been nearly 2 weeks now. So I'm 2 weeks, 2 months now. So it's something else. It's really been a lot of fun launching this show. Appreciate you all joining in. Again, my name's Keith. You can find me at Each Every Stride on X, Twitter. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Trust the Profits. Again, appreciate all the support now. And, just keep cashing those tickets and keep it moving. Take care now.